Hi everybody. In the last video we've seen how to formulate questions, yes or no questions, how to formulate the negative form, and WH questions. And this is the last part of the present simple tense before we move on to the present continuous. So let's hop into it. For the last part of the present simple tense, we're going to use a verb in the negative form and how to formulate question with that verb, and with WH questions also. So for example, we have the verb revise. To formulate the negative form with the verb revise, how do we formulate it? So that's what we're going to see. Use the present simple tense with the verb revise. To make the negative form, we use do not or does not. So in order to use the present simple tense with the verb revise and in the negative form, we add do not or does not. For example, I do not revise. I do not revise. We have the verb revise plus do not to express the negative. You do not revise. He, she, it does not revise. We have he, she, it in the third person singular. Here do changes into does. Always remember, in the third person singular, do changes into does. He, she, it does not revise. We do not revise, it stays the same. You do not revise, it stays the same. They do not revise, it stays the same. It only changes in the third person singular. And that's it for the negative form with the verb revise, for example. And one more thing, in order to express the short form of do not or does not, we simply say don't or doesn't. I don't revise, you don't revise, he, she, it doesn't revise, we don't revise, you don't revise, they don't revise. And that's it for the negative form. Let's move on to the questions now. How to formulate a question with the verb revise. We have do I revise. Do I revise? Inversion of do and the subject. Do comes first, then the subject, then the verb. Do I revise? Do you revise? Do you revise? Does he, she, it revise? Here, just like in the negative form, do changes into does. Does he, she, it revise? Does he, she, it revise? Do we revise? Do we revise? Do you revise? Do they revise? So here it only changes, just like in the negative form, just like we've seen earlier, it only changes in the third person singular. Does he, she, it revise? And we have inversion, just like always. To formulate a question, we use the inversion of the subject, and here do I revise? And that's it for the questions. Now for WH questions, for example, it's very simple. We're gonna see it right now. Where do I revise? Where, we have the WH question where, plus do, plus we have the inversion here. Do I between the subject and do. Where do I revise? Where do I revise? Where do I revise? Why does he revise? Why does he? In the third person singular, it changes into does, and the inversion between does and he. Why does he revise? And when do they revise? Where do I revise? فين كي راجع؟ فين كان راجع؟ Why does he revise? علاش هو كي راجع؟ When do they revise? إمتى هما كي راجعوا؟ إمتى هما كي راجعوا؟ And that's it for WH questions. This has been part 4 of the present simple tense. As you can see, it's very easy. It's not complicated at all. And this has been part 4 of the present simple tense. Thank you very much, and I'm going to see you all next time. For the present continues, and thank you very much for this opportunity. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. عافاكم تابعونا عندي في القناة وبارتاجيو avec vos amis et المهم العائلة و vos amis. Merci beaucoup, and see you all next time. Bless you all.